Shared by a blogger, this recipe is a favorite of her grandmother, surprising in that it doesn't use any yeast. Instead, it features Grape-Nuts cereal, around since 1897, plus buttermilk. A cocktail party or a casual luncheon at home provided the perfect setting for this dish 1960s hostesses made ad nauseum. Now, it's prepared for their grandkids who've never had anything like it. Have any of the many chicken salads you've had over the years been truly memorable? That might change if you try this recipe in which the secret sauce is a mix of sour cream, mayonnaise, and Cool Whip. For those who look at a hand pie and expect the payoff to be a mouthful of fruit, Cornish pasties will be a surprise. Long a British regional favorite, you can find many a gran creating a crust that gets its delicate flakiness from shortening and its savory filling from beef top round steak. Molly Yeh, star of Girl Meets Farm on the Food Network, often shares new to her recipes that are actually Midwestern staples. This one's a classic, and the word salad is the unexpected element. Yes, Yeh shares, it's eaten with the main course, not as dessert. If you insist, show me a grandma and I'll show you yet another potato salad recipe. One blogger gives a nod to her Mimi's recipe as best ever. We can't decide if the one she shares is worthy of the applause because of the evaporated milk or the sugar. Both unexpected ingredients caught our attention. This untraditional turkey soup comes to us via a Texas grandmother who infused her comfort food staple with zest, in the form of lemon and cilantro. Say the word mace today and many think of someone using a pepper spray to thwart an attacker. Mace, unrelated, is also a spice, one long used in cooking and similar to nutmeg. Grandmas around the world have relied on it for years, including adding it to this moist and pleasing cake. Simplicity is key in much of any grandma's cooking, but according to a list of grandma's favorite recipes, savvy grandmas can add depth and richness to pudding with olive oil. This favorite of one family is another nod to ingenuity in the face of adversity. When sugar was rationed during World War II, one clever grandmother came up with this recipe relying on the jolt of orange rind, orange flavoring, and the juice of a fresh orange. The result was the creation of a flavor profile that erases the belief a cookie has to be made with sugar. I can still remember my utter amazement and delight in tasting this salad, featuring a pretzel-based crust for the first time back in the 1980s. It was presented as a treasured family favorite during a gathering I attended when visiting a college friend's family in rural Missouri. Molasses was a staple in many a grandmother's kitchen. Today, many of us just buy it for holiday cookies. This recipe has been called a melt-in-your-mouth family favorite, and it dates back to the 19th century and features dark molasses, creamy mushroom-based gravy as a staple. This version, a Thanksgiving tradition from a Florida woman's grandmother, takes flavor to the next level with the addition of sour cream. The healthy eating police get a day off for this holiday indulgence with a surprise inside. You get to choose if you use pecans, raisins, or that favorite ingredient of many grandmothers, currants. Everyone knows the addition of beer can turn a routine batter into something special. This one is billed as being suitable for all things fried, so you decide if it's going to be fish, shrimp, onion rings, or, during the Depression, desserts were created out of what was on hand. The invention of wacky or crazy cakes offered a way to satisfy the family's sweet tooth with limited ingredients. This recipe, which today's palates will note as vegan, is known not only for what it includes, cocoa, sugar, and white vinegar, as for what it doesn't, milk or eggs. This family recipe allows you to feel a bit smug. Hey, it's got vegetables in it, as you savor a donut that has its moistness enhanced by adding potatoes to the batter. Don't worry. The glaze keeps it all sweet, rather than turning into a savory treat. A Canadian grandmother shares her ingenious recipe for satisfying the candy craving with a cracker-based recipe. Grandma's the one who never refuses you a treat, right? This recipe shared by a contemporary grandma doesn't use marshmallows simply as an ingredient. It's basically the focal point of a kid-pleasing, and super easy, recipe that covers marshmallows with a chocolate peanut butter sauce. Chill, cut, and watch them disappear.